So I realized that I did not unmute my microphone in my recording program when I made my tutorial video, so I'm going to try and explain what's going on. Let's start with the intro. So, welcome to the tutorial. I'm going to show you how to create a TIE fighter. And along with it, I'm going to show you some basics of how you can use the rotation to create curves, pretty much, is the main gist of creating a TIE fighter. And also how to create a working vehicle in tight spaces. Really. Really, that's all I have to say. Just stick through the video. Leave any suggestions on how I can improve it. Improve the tutorial. And stuff like that. And I'm gonna get back to editing the video and adding comments. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm gonna place a block, and I'm gonna copy it and place it just above it, and then I'm going to select both of them and use the rotate tool to move it 15 degrees to the side, to the right, until it creates a circle, until it creates a ring, in which then I'm going to select the entire thing and adjust it so it smooths itself out. You could also change the degree that it turns, which will require you to add more. I usually like to stick at 15 or 5. 15 for this one, but 5 creates a smoother curve. Okay, so what you're going to do next is make sure that where you're going to have the front of the ship, you should also have that be so that the ring is along that plane. So that you're going to turn it the same way along the blue line, so that the front is going to have multiple blocks in the same way. You just look at the video and it'll probably make more sense. I'm just trying my best. Alright, so what we're trying to do here is trim down the overhang on the sphere. You can see that the blocks are overhanging on themselves. I'm just trying to trim them down, but you don't have to. It's not necessary. It's just for looks. So if you don't want to go through that, you can just skip this part and just go on to the next part. Yep. But if you want to do that, then just follow what this is doing. You may have to slow it down a bit. It is set to 5 times speed.
Okay. But this let go after you can it.
Alright, so now what I'm going to do is take a 3x3 square from the top to use as an entrance. And I'm going to select those and lift it up. And if you don't know how to select multiple things, I should probably have said this earlier, but if you don't know already, then you just hold shift and click. I really should have said that earlier. I'm sorry for that, but that's what we do now. It's going to be, you select a 3x3 square from the top, and you lift it up a bit, and turn it to have no collision. And then from the front, wherever it's going to be, whichever side of the two sides you're going to have it at, where there's a circle, I want you to select that. I chose 3 layers of it to select and move forward where I can work on it. And then you can just follow the video for more information. Now what I'm doing is taking that center circle, and since it's a waste of blocks, I'm just going to replace it with a cylinder. So just select all the objects in there, even if you have to select some and then drag it out and select the rest and bring it out, so that you can delete them all and replace it. But before you delete them, place down the cylinder and move it to the exact location that you have your blocks currently at, so that you can then push it back into the place. But this is just to save blocks, and which can be used on the wings if it's very complex wings or other details. And also change the glass into the glass texture and set it to 0.7 transparency and to the pitch black color.
I get what you mean.
So what you're going to want to do here is use the pieces of the glass to create the design. You're going to want to
I think I'm gonna head out.
The same dimensions you're gonna
I do enjoy your
0.1 thickness. You're gonna copy the blocks at the 90 and 180 degrees angles, sort of.
Yeah.
So in a cross formation, because then you could just copy those and tilt it 45 degrees and create the hexagonal shape.
Yeah.
If you want to mess around with it, you can do whatever you want with this, but I'm just going to try and speed up what it has so that it's not going to be too long of a video. I really should be doing that for pretty much everything, like have it speed up most of the video, but hopefully you're sticking to it through it, because I really want to help people out with building in this game. Just watch the video, and if you have questions, put it in the comments. Alright, so what you're going to want to do here is create a 2x2x3 brick. Same 3.3 thickness, but 0.2 height and width. And make sure it is stretched out one piece, 1.1 studs past the blocks that you're going to copy it from, as shown in the video. And from that, you're going to do it on one side, whether it be on one of the spokes, and then an adjacent spoke. So if you chose the top line, you also create one at the bottom line, so that you could turn it 22.5 degrees to either way, and then turn it 45 degrees each time. But it needs to be 22.5 degrees the first time, so that it is going to be a perfect octagon. I cannot speak shapes. Anyways, just do that, and you should have a pretty good window. So what you're doing now is, from the opening, since you close the window back, you take the before you put the opening back, even though you can walk through it, you want to make sure that you will know for sure where it is. If you want to. You don't have to do this. This is again optional and just aesthetic. You could also create an entire hatch. But I'm just going to leave it at a simple square. It's kind of a square. You copy the same thing, and you make it, instead of 0.5 thickness, you make it 0.3 thickness and set it to dark stone gray. And the original one, the edge squares, you're gonna push it in 0.1 on each side, so that it's one regular color squared inside of a dark color squared. The video will add some more clarity. What I'm doing is just for easier use. I'm just making it all centered. I'm centering the ball, the bulb. I cannot speak shapes anymore. Well, just continue with the tutorial. I really wish I remembered to turn on my microphone for recording audio. It would have been much easier. I could have just cut things up, sped things up. Alright, we're adding in the components now. So, this is the engines, the gyroscopes, and the reactors. I put so many reactors in there because I wanted to make sure there was room to power lasers. A single laser and 2 autocannons is the plan. And as an editor's note, when the laser is added, change the color to lime green so that the laser itself will be lime green, just like it is for TIE fighters. On with the video. Alright, we're adding in the weapons. One laser in the center, and I'm putting 2 autocannons on the side. Autocannons are weaker than lasers, but lasers take up so much power, it's better to have autocannons and lasers. If you're gonna have a laser. And make sure you color the laser green, so that the laser isn't just gonna come out white, it's gonna come out green. Like a TIE fighter's turrets do. Like I said earlier. Okay, so what I'm doing here is creating a outer shell for the forward engine. I'm going to also shrink it from the size it is, pushing forward the reverse engine so that I can push forward the forward engine and have a shorter snout. Now I'm working on the wing holsters. Really what it is those things that are between the cockpit itself and the wings. I'm just trying to get the design down. Although, when we get to the wings, you'll notice that they're pretty small. You can increase the size on your own if you really wish. So now, I'm going to be working on the wing of the TIE Fighter. What I'm doing is creating one side so I can then just copy and paste it and flip it over for the other side. And I suggest doing the same. So, here's how I'm going to make the wing, and this is the final part of the ship. So, if you made it this far, congrats, you're almost done.
30 minutes left.
So if you enjoyed this tutorial, please leave a like, subscribe, and in the earlier video, the other person you heard was Crafttail, someone from a Discord server I met. He has a YouTube channel, so I'm gonna link that at the top of this, and he's the reason why I created this tutorial, so that I can show him how to build. So, thank you, Craft, for helping me find something for content. And good luck on building. I'll help anyone out with anything they need. You just type in the comments what you need, and I'll try my best to help. See you guys next time. Bye bye.